So welcome back to our Moush's Pilates channel. We have now two APPI certified allied health professionals. We have a physiotherapist, Persis, who has been working in the field for over 25 years, and she specializes in musculoskeletal conditions, women's health, and even sports injuries. She has a clinic over in Dadar. And how long have you been APPI certified for?
About 10 years.
10 years. And then we have an occupational therapist now, because we're also going to be talking about a different allied health profession. And she has been working for about 20 plus, maybe 25 years.
Yes.
And she works with adolescents, she works with young kids, a lot of neurological cases. And you've been APPI certified for?
7 years.
For 7 years now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's chat about APPI and Pilates now. How does the training or whatever you learned in APPI, how does that fit into your specific area of expertise?
So Pilates in itself is all about muscle work and muscle balance. As a physiotherapist, you need to work on controlling the movement of the joint, whether you want to increase the movement of the joint or reduce the stress on the movement of the joint. You want to work a little bit on the posture, you want a little bit on the activities that they do through their day. At the end of the day, when we work with our patients, we want to see to it that the muscles are well balanced, that the front muscle and the back muscle are working in harmony. And Pilates exercises really helps us do that.
Okay, what about you?
So my primary area of practice is young adults, adolescents, and it's at that time that you see their posture going really bad because their bones are growing, muscles are growing, they don't know what's happening, and the gadget use that you see nowadays. So with the Pilates exercise, I've received tremendous feedback that these new exercises have really helped them understand their body better, getting better control and knowing more about themselves, and as they go in and do their functional activities of writing, reading, learning, or playing sports, what kids nowadays do all the time.
Okay, so that was great. Let's move on to our next question, because I'm dying to know what's a common misconception of Pilates and rehab?
So when most people think of Pilates, they think of a model hanging upside down on a Cadillac. Now that's not Pilates. Pilates can be used, and the best part of APPI Pilates is that it actually teaches you levels. It teaches you to start at a very basic form. When you're still in pain, you could do those exercises and gradually build up to a very high level of fitness. For example, my osteoarthritis knees can't do a squat. But if I get them onto a reformer and get them into the foot series and ask them to push, basically that's still working the glutes and the quads. So I'm still getting the same muscle action without any load on the knees. So managing their knee pain, still strengthening their muscles, is what I can do with Rehab Pilates, which is what APPI actually started off with in specifically training physios and other allied health professionals in developing their rehab through Pilates exercise.
Yeah, completely agree with that, Persis. So the most common misconception that I get is from my young teens is that they got to be really fit to do Pilates. I guess that's what they see, but that's completely not true, because like what Persis said, they come to us sometimes when they have an injury or they want to strengthen their back muscles or their arm muscles or hand muscles also, and we do it through a process from a beginner's level to intermediate and get them really strong, and that's what the basis of APPI is, I think, here, right?
Yeah. Are there any favorite APPI exercises you guys love using? Hema, why don't we start with you?
So very early in my training with APPI, Maushmi and Glenn, I started enjoying the movement. It can be done on the floor, on the mat, in sitting, standing, so you can use it for a large variety of the population of patients. Also, it works on muscles strengthening or lengthening on the side of the body, which we don't land up doing a lot, which functionally restricts limb movement. And as a dancer, I just find it so graceful to use.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I love the clam. The clam is mine, and I think most physiotherapists' favorite. It works on the strength of the side hip muscles, and more importantly works on the rotational control and stability of the trunk. This is needed for most of our back pain patients. So it helps in controlling the level 1, the level 2, the level 3. All the 3 climb exercises work beautifully in controlling the trunk rotation while you're working on the hip mobility and the strength of the hip muscles.
And now both of you guys are now part of the Maushus Pilates studios in Bombay. So Persis has a clinic in Dadar and Hemal has a clinic in Tardeo, and they both now run Pilates studios themselves. So how has being APPI certified improved or added value to your practice?
So I've always just had a small one room where I've been practicing physiotherapy, and then when I started this new clinic, I collaborated with Maushus Pilates and dedicated one room to Pilates. This has changed. It's been a game changer for me because I now can continue long-term rehab of all my clients, and I'm not letting them go. I had somebody with me for the last 3 years. They're not coming for physiotherapy, now they're coming for fitness. So it takes over and I'm still seeing their lives develop. And I'm happy to say that Pilates helps them to continue their fitness and their exercise without being in a lot of pain.
Okay, yeah, great. And I bet it helps that all of your trainers are APPI certified, right?
Yes. You know, we can just hand over the cases to anyone and everybody knows the layout of the class, what are we supposed to focus on with every patient, every client of us.
Yeah.
And we can give the exercises at different levels.
Yeah.
Because I know that she's done this at this level, maybe in 3 weeks somebody else will be taking, but she knows exactly where to pick up from in a class.
But as an occupational therapist, like we know now a lot about how APPI helps physios, right? How would you say it helps an OT, for example?
So I would just say movement is something Pilates equipment gives you. The exercises all are centered around movement, with gravity, against gravity, and occupational therapy has a lot of sensory integration involvement, and that acts as an added benefit. Like I've had patients who have been scared of heights, movement, very frozen in their postures. We put them with the Pilates machines and their vertigo is gone. We see so many just added on changes. It's fabulous.
Yeah. Okay, so that was a great discussion. But now what would you say, or what would your advice be to therapists or allied health professionals, even fitness instructors, considering doing the APPI certification?
So the APPI certification I really enjoyed. It's a total value added benefit to my practice. Financially, having the studio within the clinic is fabulous. Also, what's great is you're looking at movement exercises from a completely different perspective. Like OT is occupational therapy is a lot about feeling through your senses, everything, and Pilates completely puts that into perspective. You know, you have the springs which move you, assist you, the reformer moves in and out, so that movement actually works with patients who've had challenges with movement, like a vertigo patients with bad posture because they're scared of something. It just opens up everything and previous barriers.
I absolutely agree, Hemal. Rehab Pilates is as important and as beneficial as Pilates just for fitness. So yes, and physiotherapists can become an instructor and earn more money. But as a physiotherapist, learning Pilates becomes so important, and the beauty of APPI is that it talks about rehab Pilates. It starts off with teaching you anatomy a little bit. It starts off with incorporating your injuries, your pathologies, and how to use Pilates-based exercises to work with these kind of clients.
Yeah. So that's why I guess I would say that you should probably, my unbiased opinion is that you choose APPI over a lot of different courses out there. But thank you guys for coming. I really enjoyed our discussion. And if you guys want to learn more about what we do as Maushus Pilates, you can head over to our website. You can have a look at Persis and Hemal's studios. We offer fitness classes and rehab classes with trained professionals. but we also offer the opportunity to train as a Pilates trainer after you finish your certification, whether it's observation or learning from people who've been in this industry for 25, 30 years. Go ahead, go have a look at our website. We also have a blog coming up now under the same thing, so if you don't want to look at the whole video, we have a step-by-step process on how you could become APPI certified on our blogs. But thank you guys very much for coming, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe to our Mauritius Pilates channel.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
Alia.
having
Thank
us
you.
so well.